Welcome back to the garden and how we are frugal. Here are the garden frames you've probably seen in my vlogs, and with the tap of the screen, ta-da! It is a made garden bed. Thanks to my hubby for helping me put this together. I've decided to leave the plastic around the frames this time rather than cut them off, just to see if it will hold it together a little bit more. There's a little bit of work to do with the grounds just to sort of get it a bit even. Long story short, I moved a whole pile of dirt to here and it's kind of settled, so I need to move it all back, but that will be a job for another day that you no doubt will see coming up. So this is just a snippet of some of the things I've done in the garden for the past week to be frugal and also to share the journey with what we're doing. So first of all, I'm going to put some succulents down to see if I can get them to sprout. I got these dragon tail pieces from someone on the Buy Nothing group, and I'm using the base of some pot plants that I also got given from the Buy Nothing group. I got 3 really large terracotta pots. You'll see one coming up later. And so the bases I'm going to use for these succulents. I also have these succulents here. There's some little red ones and there's a great big succulent down the bottom. These were absolutely babies when I first picked them up, and I'm gonna see if I can do a little bit of a before and after journey with some of the plants and how they've grown. And it's funny, the things that I haven't really looked after, they have grown really well. So I just put some seedling mix down with some perlite mixed through, and I placed them on top to dry out a little bit, and hopefully they'll start getting some roots. It's been a while since I've done these, so hopefully I'm doing it right. And then I've got a second one here that I'm going to put down some of the red pieces, and I broke apart the bigger green succulent and I've put those down too. I've also been going around the house and finding all the pots that I've had in various positions. I can't remember where this pot came from, if it was someone on the Buy Nothing group before I bought it. I'm pretty sure it was from the Buy Nothing group. But I got these plants for $1 each. They're half dead and there's probably a couple of cells missing. So I'm going to plant them anyway and see if I am very successful. Some more pots I've picked up from a lady in the Buy Nothing group, because I did specifically say I want to grow some potatoes. So she said, yes, come and get the big pots. I have a Mimco bag that I remember finding in a trolley, and it has sat in the back of my car ever since. I just thought I'd point that out. I don't actually shop at Mimco, but that's what I have. And the lady also gave me some cuttings of string of pearls, so I'm going to give those a go too to see if I can get them to sprout. I got this punnet of marigolds also on clearance for $4 each. The same day, a lady from Zumba said to me, get some marigolds and plant them in the garden. They'll really help with whitefly. And I just so happened to find them at Bunnings that day marked down. So thank you, universe. I've also been trying to keep on top of the weeds, and I've just been coming outside doing about 10 to 15 minutes a day, pulling some up. So some weeds grow back again, but that's okay. And when I built the beds, I made sure that I could still reach into the middle quite easily. So some of the beds are a little bit smaller, but it just makes it a little bit easier to work around. And of course I sit down where I can because I want to protect my back as much as I can. I am pulling out all of the stinging nettles, and I got a bucket from Bunnings and I filled that up. And I've also then filled it with water, and it's gonna sit and simmer for a couple of weeks, and then I will have my own nitrogen fertilizer. I learned that from a YouTube channel I've been watching, Gardening with Michael, about how to get some things organic and free. I found this seed raising tray in the shed that I got from someone in the Buy Nothing group about 2 years ago. So I haven't used it clearly, so I'm going to give it a go. We're going to plant some carrots, so we'll see how they go. I've been watching, as I said, some YouTube, so hopefully what they've shown me has worked. I went to Bunnings and I got some seed mix, I got some perlite, and I got some vermiculite. So the perlite you mix through with the soil to help keep moisture in, and the vermiculite you sprinkle on top to help lock the moisture in, apparently. So I'm just doing what they say. And I've got these seedlings of flowers. I think they're alyssum. I can't remember where I got them from, but I found them in the shed as well. I thought I'd plant them. I've also got these bulbs. I think they're a daffodil. My mum said that they were my stepdad's favourite. So I'm going to plant them and then tell them very nicely that I would really appreciate it if they would be in blossom before December, because that's when my stepdad's birthday is. And then when we go and visit him at the grave, I can take them with me. So I would appreciate that. And I've put this little poppy in the pot as well. We got it from Woolworths. They were selling them. It's a metal poppy. So maybe we'll be able to put that on the grave as well. I saw this next thing online, so we're all going to cross our fingers that it works and then I haven't been sold an AI fake thing. So I've got some milk cartons here that I'm going to chop in half, put some holes in the bottom, fill it with soil, and then put in a couple pieces of chopped up tomatoes, and then hopefully the seeds will germinate. We shall see. I'm doubtful. I haven't really seen a lot of people do it with the actual piece of tomato. Who knows? You've seen it here first, so keep your eyes peeled. Let me know if you have planted anything really crazy and if it's worked. I'm just experimenting. I don't know a lot. As I said, I watch a lot of YouTube and I always think, I reckon I could give that a go. I don't know how well I can give it a go. I ran out of milk cartons, so I've got a couple of pots here, but they've got really big holes in the bottom. So I don't have any rocks, so what I thought I'd do is just rip up some pieces of cardboard and throw that in the bottom of the pot to cover the holes so the soil doesn't always leak out. And I figured, again, that's pretty frugal, using what we have. Also using what we have are these seed mixes that, do you remember the Woolworths promotion that they gave away a couple of years ago? Well, I threw away all the little pots because apparently they grow mold. And I've just got the seed packets here, so I don't know how well they're going to grow. Again, we'll just give it a go. And then putting down the string of pearls into this next tray, and we'll see how they go as well. Planting some more of the daisies that I would have got marched down in this hanging pot that I got from the lady on the Buy Nothing group, and I've noticed that it's a self-watering pot, so obviously I think it used to be an indoor pot. So we'll plant it and we'll see how we go, because the other hanging baskets I've done, one of them isn't doing very well. So someone said I just need to submerge it in a bucket of water for a little bit until all the bubbles come up, and then it will get some moisture to the soil because it's being hydrophobic right now. So I'm learning a lot. I'm basically just telling anyone I can that I know who likes gardening about issues I'm having, and they're very quickly able to help me, so it's pretty good. I've got some more alyssum that was on clearance, and I found this hanging pot thing in the backyard that I picked up from the side of the road a while ago. And I don't want to fill the whole thing with soil, so I thought if I throw some egg cartons in the bottom of it, it will help take up some space, and yeah, it won't be as heavy. It still was quite heavy though to hang, and the position that it's in, I'm not sure it's the best, and there's no draining hole in the bottom of this. So that's also why I was thinking if I put the egg cartons in there, maybe that will help to have a little bit of airflow down there, or drainage, if I'm making any sense. as I said, our backyard is just one whole experiment, so I'll give everything a go. I've hung it up the back there, as you can see, and the plants are growing, they are doing well, but I'm just a little bit worried. Who remembers the banana peels that I have had sitting here for well over a month? So we're going to drain off the liquid now and put it into the watering can, and then fill the rest of it up with water, and we're going to water all of the plants. This is a good nitrogen feed. No, phosphorus. What's that thing from? Potassium. This is good nutrients for the garden. That's what counts. Also, I've been frugal with water. We've got a couple of open pipe type things coming off of some roofs and stuff. We used to have some water tank things fitted up. I decluttered one thing very stupidly, thinking that I wouldn't need it anymore, and then we had the house get built next door and we had some things get moved around, so I need to rethink what we're going to do in some areas. So I've just been leaving buckets around where I know the water is coming off of the roof and stuff, and collecting what I can. And I will get a better system soon, but for now something is better than nothing, and it's frugal. I'm not having to use any additional house water for now, and I have a whole lot of buckets around, so I've been using what I can where I can. Also, the banana peels got dropped into this empty garden bed. I've been putting some food scraps in there, as well as a mixture of some soil and some egg cartons and some cardboard and some dry leaves, making a little bit of a lasagna, and it will get built up eventually. I'm not in a hurry, it's just going to be bit by bit, because I do need a space to put some of the excess dirt that I'll be moving around. I'm making a makeshift greenhouse, so I've got this old bag that a quilt came in, so I thought I'd put all the seedlings in there and see how they go. So far they're a little bit slow, maybe not the ideal growing house, but we will see. And just because I'm an only child and I used to pick soursopes all the time, I thought I'll pick the soursopes from the backyard and put them in a little vase to put there. I know that people have seen that in the vlog. Again, collecting water, which you would have seen in the vlog as well, at the old bin. So I managed to get that bin replaced, but before that I had to siphon all of the water out. I found an old blue drum that was right up the back, hidden behind the chicken shed. So I managed to put that here, and I'm going to put the water in. I've just left it here in the garden for now, and then I don't have to keep walking backwards and forwards to get water. And when I've got other buckets, I'll go and transfer the water into here, just making it easier to water the garden. I have some more seedlings that of course I got on clearance for $1 each. Cauliflower and broccoli and parsley, and some of the cauliflower even has little heads on it, so we're off to a really good start. I don't mind buying seedlings when they're super on clearance right now, and it's going to help the garden grow and look really good, so I think that's being pretty frugal. This stool I found on the side of the road about 2 or 3 years ago as well, and it is a little bit wobbly, so I do need to take a little bit of care when I sit down, but it's the perfect height to sit there and do whatever I need to do in the garden bed, which is so good, because dare I say it, I'm starting to get a really sore back if I'm in the garden for a really long time bending over, so I want to make sure I'm protecting myself. Because lately a Tuesday is when I've been out in the garden, and then I have to teach Zumba that night, and oh my gosh, I'm a little bit sore and stiff. And then waking up Wednesday morning, oh my gosh, can I feel it. So I really want to protect myself where I can. thanks so much for being here today so I could show you the progress of my garden and how I'm being frugal. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Hope it is relaxing, and stay tuned and subscribe so you can see more progress of the garden, because I'm excited to be able to share it with you. Thank you so much for watching. I still appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.